Hey, happy Tuesday. Welcome to Talk Tuesday. If you've been here before, welcome back. If it's your first time, Talk Tuesday is our weekly segment where we go over tips to help you enhance your finances. I'm Coach D, your budget coach, and I want to help you learn how to reach and exceed your financial goals while still enjoying life in the process. Today, we are going to discuss living paycheck to paycheck. Before we get into it, hello, thank you for joining. Drop a comment in the Drop something in the comments. Just let me know you're tuned in. You can let me know where you're tuning in from. How was your day? How's budgeting going? Talk to me. So while I'm talking, every now and again I'll peek over and check out what you guys say. I hope everybody had a good day. And if you're on the East Coast, or well, not everybody on the East Coast, but most of us had bad weather today. So I just pray everybody was safe on their travels today. Hey, thank you for hopping in. It was a little difficult today for me. I tried to go to work. With the snow, it was a lot. It was a lot. I made it this close to work, and it was too many obstacles. So I get there, I'm almost there. And then there's a tractor trailer, 18-wheeler, whose the back was kind of twisted and covering up the whole road. So we couldn't get through. So we wait a little bit and then go around and go all the way around, come around this side, and then finally get up the street. Then there's an accident where there was a man who, prayerfully, they got him out. I was sitting there waiting so I could see. They cut his door off, all of this to get him out. It just was a lot. It was a lot. So I tried to go around. I went up a hill. My car got stuck. I had to come back down. It was a day. So, needless to say, after all of that, I turned it back around and came back home. But I just hope everybody had good travels throughout their day, and it was a productive day nonetheless. PA in the house. Hey, you said happy snow day. Yes, it was a snow day. Thank you for tuning in, though. So let's get to it. Let's talk about living paycheck to paycheck. Now, that's something that a lot of people do. It's not anything that anybody wants to do, but it's something that happens. I will be the first to say, I have been there. I have been there. It happens. Nobody wants to be there, but what we do want to be is out of that cycle. So if you were in that cycle or are in that cycle, the best thing to do is first of all acknowledge that I'm in that cycle. So hey, thank you for tapping in. There are a couple levels to being in that cycle. So either level one, living paycheck to paycheck, you are someone who you get paid. You're able to do what you have to do as far as bills and expenses. But then after that, there's nothing you can do. You can't do anything else. You can't do other stuff until your next payday. And then level two, which is a little bit more deeper, it's a little tougher, is when you get paid and you're able to pay not even you can't even pay all of your expenses. You're able to pay some. So it's kind of spiraling. You know what I mean? So, with level one, at least if you had something come up, then you're in like a little spiral. But level two, you don't even have enough to cover all of your expenses. So you're when you get paid, you're wondering what you're going to pay. What's most important. That's really tough, and it's a hard situation to be in, and that's what we don't want to be in anyway. But what gets us into living the paycheck to paycheck cycle? So I have three things that cause us to get into it. So number one, I have simply not making enough income. So it could be that we haven't taken the time to really assess our expenses to know what we have to pay. So I'm not really realizing how close my expenses are to my income. I'm not realizing that, like, I'm keeping myself in that cycle by not, maybe working overtime if possible, or, you know, um, getting a second job. Nobody wants that. But you know what I mean? If we can see what the problem is, we have to do what we have to do to fix it. It could be, maybe it's not that you don't make enough money. Maybe you don't work enough hours. Maybe your job is not a job that gives you 40 hours. Maybe your job is a job that has fluctuating hours. So maybe this week you might work 40, 50 hours. This week you might only work 25. So a job like that is hard, and that could put you in the payday cycle because it's hard to live like that because you don't know how many hours you're going to work this week versus how many hours you're going to work that week. So it's hard to kind of plan with that happening. Number two, another reason why we could be in that cycle is just a lack of money management. We don't have the knowledge to just know, what we have to do, how we can stay on track, how we can manage paying our expenses with the money that we make while doing other things that we enjoy, of course. just doing what we want to do. So whether it might be saving for something or could be going out, just going out this week. You know what I mean? All the time, we don't always have to think about stuff in the future, but we should think about both the future and the current. But if we're not managing our money, we won't have enough for either. So that will cause us to be in a payday cycle because we're getting paid and we have extra money, but we are wilding out. We're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing this, and it's our money. We can do what we want to do, but oftentimes, if we're not paying attention, it could put us in a situation where we spend so much that now it's Monday. I've already spent my whole check. I don't have anything left to go forward with the week or the 2 weeks if we get paid every 2 weeks. Yes, yes, yes. All right, number three. Another reason why we could be in a payday cycle, just having high debt. Sometimes we can lean on our credit cards when our income isn't high enough. Hey, thank you for tuning in. What are you laughing at? Oh, that's so. Oh, I think I remember when I was saying that it's Monday and we're like, hey, where'd my money go? Then by then, all of our stuff is coming out and everything we did over the weekend. Tuning in from Dallas, Texas. Hey, thank you for tuning in. Yeah, so it could be something like that where we go out on a weekend and we're not even tracking because it's like this little $40 here, this little $50 here. We don't. It's not a lot, but then when those 40s and 50s add up, and then come Monday, then we're like, oh shoot, where'd all my money go? So that happens, and that causes us to be in that cycle. But getting back to the debt. So it could be just a matter of we're leaning on our credit cards because some instance we make enough money to do what we have to do, but in our mind we're like, I'm gonna save my cash and use my credit card so I keep my cash. But we're actually adding to our debt and we are paying more instead of using our cash because now we're using that credit card and we're going to pay interest on that because chances are if I want to save my cash, probably not going to pay it back in full when the bill comes. And that's just the way of thinking. Don't want to look at your account. Yes, yes, yes. A lot of people don't want to look at your account, but that is something I highly, highly recommend. Check that account out. Not only to see what we did, so we can really be real with it, like, oh shoot, I did that, so you can work on, preventing that in the future or slowing it down or not going as hard when you get to see exactly what you're doing and how it's adding up and how it's affecting your finances. But on top of that, you're able to see something that sometimes there's stuff on your bills that, aren't you. Something happens. You could have been double charged. There's been times I went somewhere where I was double charged. I went to the store for my mom last weekend, and the guy at the register, like how they ring up the cabbage and they put the little numbers in and it rings it up. Well, he had rang it up for $100. If you're not paying attention, something like that. We're just sliding our card. Not all the time they'll tell us what our bill is. They'll just say, let us know. Okay, you can, do it on the little thing. So just pay attention to things, and then if she were to miss that happen, she was locked into that screen, so she's seen it right away before she even checked out. But if you were to miss something like that, looking at your receipts are very helpful to be able to see what's happening, what's going on, what maybe you missed if something was rung up twice, or if a discount that was maybe had a coupon and it didn't show up, it wasn't available. You can go back, get that discount, or just anything. So just looking at your stuff, we don't always want to do it, but it can be very helpful and it's very beneficial. So definitely check that stuff out. Um, oh, thank you. But you were on it. Yes, yes, yes. My mom's in the comments. She was on it. She was like, that's an expensive cabbage. So, you just got to pay attention to what's going on because your money is your money. And you want it to last. You want it to be able to do what you want to do with it when you want to do with it. So pay attention to what's going on with your money. Yep, that's great that she saw it. Yes, it is. But she is someone too. She's checking her receipt. I have to say, she is diligent about checking that receipt. She's like, where's my receipt? Where's my receipt? Where's my receipt? She can't even move sometimes. Where's my receipt? We standing in the door. She got to find her receipt. She got to look through everything. So I got to give it to her. She's on that receipt. Checking stuff out. So check your receipts. I definitely recommend that. We are cracking up in this comments. Yes. Wait, happens more than you would think. Yes, it would. Yes, it does. And people are trying to hurry up. If you have a long line, then you're like, they're trying to, hurry up. Number one, they don't want to hold you up. Number two, they want to get their line down. That's a little stressful having a long line too. But then those were my three things that get us into the payday cycle. So it's not having enough income or not making enough income. It's not having the knowledge of our money management skills or having a higher debt. So did I go all the way into debt or did I get off topic? Yeah, it does. It happened to me today. Happened to you today getting apples. What? So that does happen more than we think. So yeah, check your receipts. Check your receipts. Giant is the biggest scammer of them all, so I always check before I walk out the door. See? So I'm happy all of you are checking receipts. That is awesome and paying attention when checking out because sometimes we think that little small amount is just, 50 cents, 20 cents, or whatever, but that stuff adds up if it happens every time you go. And at the end of the day, it's your money. It's your money. And you can, if you're not paying attention, they're doing it to you every time. They're not giving you the discounts, they're charging you a different price, or it's marked one thing on the shelf and it's ringing up another thing. Like things like that can really mess you up. Oh, that's where you were at when you got your apples. Wow. I knew how much I had to spend, and that wasn't it. Always check my stuff. I know that's right. See, somebody working with a financial plan, going into the store with a list, knowing what my budget is, knowing how much I plan to spend, and trying to stay within that. Sometimes we, forget things on our list. I'm going to go above it, but just having a plan, something to guide us, is awesome. You guys are active today. I love it. I love it when you guys are active in the comments. Yes. So if you're watching a replay, hashtag replay in the comments. Let me know that you're tuning in. If you have any questions, let me know. My next point was to how to get out of the cycle. So first of all, is knowing you're in the payday cycle or living paycheck to paycheck, however you want to refer to it. So understanding I have this going on, looking at your numbers as just we were just discussing, it's important to look at your stuff because looking at it can help you to create that plan, which is very important to get out of it, to get out of it. And then, on top of getting out of it and having a plan, we want to have an emergency fund so that, when stuff happens, when life happens, we have something to fall back on and doesn't force us to get right back into that cycle. I need to go into Walmart with a list. Yes, you do. Walmart is dangerous. Walmart is dangerous. Yeah, I kind of try to avoid them because I always go in there and I spend more than I intend to. The lines are always all the way around the corner. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. But if you want to work on your finances, you need some help, I invite you to join my Financial Freedom Mastermind. We meet 3 or 4 times a month in the community, and we are focused on enhancing your finances. We have a monthly challenge, which has to do with either your savings, your budget altogether, your credit, your debt, different things every month. So if you're interested, there should be a link in the caption of wherever you're watching the live at. Yes, most of us are on YouTube, but some of you on other locations. Could be LinkedIn, could be Facebook. But we'd love to see you in the community and love to help you to enhance your finances as always. But thank you guys. We'll be back next week at 6 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday, every Tuesday. For Talk Tuesday. I don't know what our topic is next week yet, but you'll see next week. I'll see you all then. I really appreciate you guys hopping in, being active. Oh, let's see. Comments are rolling. Yes, you sure. We always need to need more at Walmart. Yes, we do. And they have it all out there for us too. Yes. Is your community for men and women? Yes, it is. My community is for men and women. Yes, my target audience are women, but I do have men in the community. I do not turn men away because men, guess what? They want to get help with their finances as well. And I want to help them get their finances together. So if you are someone who wants to get your finances together, join the community. You're welcome. You have a great night too, everybody. And I'll see you soon.